Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have the last game of the season away at Celtic, followed by the season review. We'll have a bit of discussion just to see what kind of things we're looking at with the squad planner, see where we can improve, and move on forward from there. So, as you can see, obviously no change from when you were last with us. We've certainly won the league already. We've qualified for the Champions League. It's just a case of playing this away day, getting the season finished, and then we will have a look and see where the squad's at when it comes to picking a team up for next season. We're going to put our full strength side out this time. We want to try and get a result against Celtic. We've had a very good run of form against them this season, and it has certainly been those results, plus that big win against Rangers last time out, of course, that has led us to the league title. We've won twice against Celtic and drawn against them, and we've finished 7 points ahead of them. So those games against Celtic have proven to be very important as the season's gone on. We play them again today. Obviously, there's nothing attached to this game. There's no pressure, no nothing. It's just a case of playing our way out of the campaign, and hopefully we can finish with a flourish and get a good result against them. Now, last game of the season, they did rotate, and they've done so again for this game. They have rotated again. It's because, like I said before, there's no pressure on the game for either side. Celtic are confirmed as second place and Champions League qualifiers as well. So it's just a case of playing the game out, and like I say, hopefully we'll just finish the season in style. And here is our Massey straight away, and it's a very good block by the defender, and it remains 0-0 early on with Polidoro now to take the corner. Graham and Quinones will attack that near post, and it is in toward Quinones, and it's cleared away. And unfortunately, nothing comes of that opening chance in the opening minutes there. I mean, what a season. I mean, what can I say about the campaign? We've won the league completely against what anyone would have thought, to be honest. Yes, we've made a good team, but we're far from the best squad in this league. And Nazat Kesgin with a phenomenal goal there from the edge of the penalty area puts us ahead here away at Celtic. And that is a massive, massive finish to the season for Azat Kesgin, who again, he's not one of the better players in the league, Azat Kesgin, but he has had a very good season for us. He's not scored too many goals, but he's been such a key player in that central midfield. And we just seem to have found a way of playing that works. We've seemed to have found the right setup with the players as well. And now Massey's just made it 2-0 here. And as we did at the end of last season, obviously again last season Celtic had nothing to play for. They'd already won the league, played played their backup players in the last game of the season as they're doing here. But I mean, I think to be honest, we deserve another good win, and if we can finish the season in style, which it looks like we're certainly going to be doing here, I mean, what can I say? I mean, Polidoro there with an effort from all of 40 yards. If that had gone in, we'd have known it was our day. Um, in order to maintain this for next season, I mean, I think there's one or two fringe players that might leave the club. I might look at trying to sell a couple of them, but overall, I mean, the core of the team is very good. But like I say, we're not the best team in this league. We've played like the best team, but in terms of player quality, we're not. We're not there yet, and I think there's a lot of things to look at. But at the same time, we've got to keep hold of the key players that we've had this season, and I think that could be quite difficult as well. Polidoro's been consistently linked with moves away. Gary Rapper's had a link with one team. I can't remember who it was now, but since then nothing. Luckily for us, same as Jordan James. But Polidoro and our keeper Stashevsky, both of them have had heavy, heavy links with moves away. They continue to want to stay because obviously we're qualifying for Europe, and you know that's a massive bonus for us. The fact that we can do as well as we are doing with such key players in the side that want to stay as well. In terms of budgets for next season, they came through. We've only got a transfer budget of about 450,000, and we've only got an extra 10, 15,000 pounds a week in the wage budget that's been provided as well. So Financially, the club is in a little bit of trouble, but at the same time, once the budgets come through for winning the league at the end of the season, we'll be absolutely fine and we will be in the green, I think. And obviously, we got decent money for reaching the semi-final of the cup as well. But it's just going to be one of them things, and because the club isn't one of the biggest clubs in Scotland, obviously we don't get the financial backing. But obviously we qualify for the Champions League now. If we can find a way through to the main tournament, the main part, because the group stage is a bit different in game as it is in real life at the moment, you're guaranteed 8 games. So therefore, there's 8 paydays guaranteed there as well. So um, there's certainly positives for qualifying, but at the same time, it could affect our league form as well. We've got to be very careful, and this is where the squad building is going to come into play, which we'll have a look at after this match, of course. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in the close of the season. I mean, there have been links with me to Premier League jobs as well. There's nothing available at the moment, but in the past this season, there have been links there, and West Ham being the biggest link that we've had so far. Um, so we might not even be at Dundee United next season. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Celtic have just had a red card there from their right back, Anthony Ralston, and we're heading for a comfortable victory now, it would appear. We've had a few yellow cards ourselves in this game. I'm not going to make any changes. Kesgan here with a free kick. It's well saved by Sam Johnston, and it remains 2-0. But yeah, again, if I get a decent job offer, we're going to be looking into it, and we'll have to wait and see. I mean, obviously, we've done superbly to win a league title here. Realistically, we're not going to be turning many heads in European competition. Retaining the league title will be difficult as well, because I mean, Celtic and Rangers will certainly be gunning for it to win it back. And I was actually looking before. It's Dundee United's first league title since 1983, but it's the first time that someone has won the league title in accordance with the game, from what I could see. It's the first time someone besides Celtic and Rangers has won the league title for just as many years. I think Aberdeen won it in '85, and since then it's been Celtic or Rangers that have won the league title. So, we've ended that dominance here. We've done a really good job doing it as well, and being able to maintain it will be extremely difficult. We're just closing the game out here. It's going to be a nice 2-0 win. Celtic had the red card. Really good finish to the season. We finished 10 points clear in the end. Can't argue with the performance. We got the 2 early goals, finished off well, and we move on to the squad planner at some stage. I think it comes up in a day or two in game. And there's the confirmation. 10 points clear come the end of the season. It's ended up being a lot more secure than it looks. We obviously, down to the last couple of games of the season, Celtic could still win it, but we managed to get a good result. It turned the favour for us, and that was that. But as I was saying, there's a lot of things to look at. Like I say, we've got to look at the squad building, for one, potential jobs, number two, and number three, if we do end up staying here, obviously with the limited budgets, it's going to be difficult to attract the kind of talent we need to be competitive again. But at the same time, we need to keep the core of the squad here. That's going to be, for me, that would be a win in this coming summer transfer window. If we can keep the core of the squad, then I think we'll do well. Yes, we need to improve. Yes, we do have targets. But the important thing is we need to keep that core. We've received 2.5 million for winning the league. It's not a lot, but again, financially it will help the club. And we've ended up £1.5 million in debt come the end of the season. And again, we only have 20% transfer revenue. So if we sell a player for 10 million, we only get 2 million of that for transfers. So financially, the club is teetering at best, really. We've got about £20,000 in the wage budget that we can spend. But we've got to look at the team. I mean, you look at the performances. I mean, Fraser Sharp has played well 4 goals from 5 starts, and he's supposed to be the next big thing, but I don't know. I mean, he's supposed to be a striker. He's not a good finisher. His work rate's poor. Yes, his physicals are good. He might be someone that we could get good money for. He might leave. He's not played a lot this season. Mati Kudjoe, 17 starts and 15 substitute appearances. He's been a good player to have on the bench, really, overall. Fiorini, 7 starts, 18 substitute appearances. He might leave. Diego Almeida obviously came in January, so he's got a bit of time to bed into the team. Dig Beraku struggled to break in, but he's an all-round defender that I want to keep here. So there's a lot of things to look at, and it's going to be difficult to break it down. But hopefully, like I say, we can come up with a formula again for next season. The tactical stay thereabouts the same. It's just improving that little bit of quality in certain areas of the pitch that I think could decide whether we can either retain the league title or at least be fighting for the league title again next season. Obviously, we were in Europe this season. It didn't go to plan. That was the Conference League. Now it's the Champions League. Much tougher games to come. And if we qualify for that, there's going to be a lot of investment in terms of mental and physical preparation for the players. Adding that to what is a tough league campaign for a club of our quality, it could work in a good way in that obviously financially it'd be great, but it could improve the quality of our players. But at the same time, we're in a position where it might not work out. We could play badly, which will then affect league form, and then we drop down the table. So a lot to think about, really. So there's a bit of a squad planner here. If looking into the current season, obviously we've got the quality, we know where it is. In terms of next season, Philippe Gabriel is currently out on loan. He's considered a better goalkeeper than Diego Calai. So we've got 4 good goalkeepers at the club, which is something in my opinion. In terms of next season, we want left back. I mean, Wankwe isn't the best. I think he might be a player that leaves the club. But Sirkin has to stay for me, as does Helder Sarr, unless we get a more solid backup player coming in. Central defence, I think in terms of squad numbers, we're pretty much there. 1 or 2 players we do want to try and offload. For sure, Reece Bennett, of course, was one of them. Moscardo came in, didn't do anything. He's a player that we want to get rid of as well. We've got Van Roy and Ashcroft as solid right backs. And it doesn't take a lot, but at the same time, we need to be prepared if we get a big offer for somebody and they want to leave, then that'll be it, they'll leave. So, certainly a lot to think about, but we've got to have replacements ready to come in should they leave, and there's a lot of things to go through, really, but everything seems quite good at the minute. As you can see, John James is wanted. Stashevsky is wanted by a number of clubs as well. And Gararapa and Polidoro both wanted. So you can see our key players are attracting interest, and this is what we've got to be careful of. Yes, we're in the Champions League, so we've got a bit of holding power, but to keep these players for the full transfer window, we need to get into that main part of the Champions League, because then the players will definitely stay, because obviously they're therefore guaranteed game time in the top European competition in the world. So we will have to wait and see what happens from there. We're going to get through the summer. I might come back during if we get a job offer or something like that. It'll be a welcome to a new club video maybe. But if not, we will come back for the start of next season, transfer roundup, start of the new league campaign, maybe European qualifiers. I'm not quite sure how it works with Scotland in terms of whether finishing top of the league automatically gets you through or whether you have to go through a qualifier. But we'll see what happens, and hopefully we can get a good start to next season regardless of who we're with. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. And this is Big Will signing away.